Hey, good Tuesday morning, my winners. This is John with another episode of Break the Board here. Again, still under construction with the new site here, but we'll get it all going. So the Denver Nuggets, they did it. NBA champions, and impressive. I tell you what, wasn't impressive. I mean, they just shot absolutely horrific from the three-point line, horrific from the free throw line, and still found a way to get it done. And when you look at it, I think it just a testament to great team basketball, great coaching. But look, give the Miami Heat their flowers, but they really overachieved this whole way through the playoffs. I mean, Chicago had them dead to rights. Then Milwaukee, they got the injury to Giannis happens. Boston almost comes back on them. But nevertheless, Miami, just a phenomenal run. Eric Spoelstra, the best coach in the NBA. Bam had a great series. Butler, I think he ran out of gas. The other part was he was injured. But what he did with that team was absolutely incredible. And those role players, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, lights out. But look, when it comes down to chip time, best team usually wins that 7-game series. And look, it was the Denver Nuggets. They were the best team all year long. They got the best player on the planet. I don't want to hear about Giannis. I don't want to hear about any of that. Joker and the Nuggets are the best team, and I really feel like they're going to get on this run that the San Antonio Spurs got on. When they had Duncan, Parker, Ginobili. I mean, when you got Jokic and Jamal Murray and, Michael Porter Jr. wasn't shooting the ball well, but, he pulled down a ton of boards. Andrew Gordon, Bruce Bowen off the bench, Christian Braun. He played some just valuable minutes. If the Denver Nuggets can keep that core together and add a piece each year, they're going to be like the San Antonio Spurs in that run where they run off 3 or 4 titles in a 7-8 year span rather. So again, Jokic's greatness, even yet last night, Miami did a wonderful job of mucking up the game. Spoelstra going to the zone out of timeout, switching up the defenses. Again, credit to Miami. They did everything they had to do to try to get the dub, but just the talent of the Nuggets and the greatness of Jokic really came to fruition there late in the game. So look, we had the parlay Nuggets money line. Game 5 with Vegas Knights money line, Game 5. Now, look, we're in a no-lose situation. We had a 3-unit play on the parlay. Vegas for the series, Denver for the series. We got tonight. But if Florida can win, which I actually hope they win tonight, and then Vegas wins Game 6, it's all good because we got that 5-unit play with the same parlay Nuggets to win the series with Florida plus 2.5. So, look, come on, Florida Panthers. I need you. One time, just muster up what you did in that Boston, Toronto, Carolina series. Just get old John Nat King Cole one good win. Major League Baseball yesterday, Detroit Tigers 6-5-10. They come back to beat the Braves. Incredible. Rockies 4-3 in extra innings over the Red Sox. Giants top the Cardinals 4-3. Angels, remember I said that was a lean. Now I only gave out the parlay, plus I gave out the Mariners. The Mariners easy winner 8-1. But I did say I had a lean to the Angels. They win 9-6-12. Said I had a lean on the Reds. They won 5-4-10. Again, Mariners are winner, chicken dinner, 8-1. Diamondbacks, I said that was a lean. They beat the Phillies 9-8. And the Tampa Bay Rays lose to the Oakland Athletics. -270 favorites lose to Oakland. Oakland wins their 6th in a row. Just absolutely incredible. Today on tap, first game in the rotation, 9-1-3, the Atlanta Braves at 9-1-4, the Detroit Tigers, 6:40 Eastern time. The Atlanta Braves will send Spencer Strider to the bump, who's been absolutely incredible. He's going to need to be after the Braves blew that game last night to the Tigers. Braves -270, comeback +220. Again, Spencer Strider on the bump for the Braves. Reese Olson will get the call for the Tigers. Again, you either put the Braves in a money line parlay or you stay away. Moving on, 9:07, the Toronto Blue Jays face 9:08, the Baltimore Orioles, 7:05 Eastern Time. The Blue Jays will throw Chris Bassett, the right-hander, against Danny Krimmer for the Orioles. Blue Jays -135, +115 on the comeback for the Baltimore Orioles. Going into this series, Toronto 37-30, Baltimore 41-24. Baltimore 20-12 at home, but Toronto hadn't been bad on the road. 18-17. Bassett 7-4 with a 3.29 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, averaging about 6 1/3 innings pitched. Danny Krimmer for the Orioles 6-3 with a 4.89, 1.44 WHIP. He's averaging about 5 1/3 innings pitched. Your over/under sets at 9 right now. Juice to the under -120. The over is 6-0 in the Blue Jays' last 6 versus the American League East. Against the Orioles, the Blue Jays 5-2 the last 7 in Baltimore, but they're 1-4 overall in the last 5 meetings. The over is 27 in 3 pushies. The last 30 in Baltimore. Blue Jays 12th ranked offense in Major League Baseball. Orioles come in with the 7th ranked offense. The defense is really stout here. Toronto 9th best defense in Major League Baseball. Orioles have the 10th best defense in Major League Baseball. Over their last 3 starts, Bassett, when he pitches, the Blue Jays are 2-1. He's averaged 6 2/3, a .92 WHIP. Bassett's been incredible. 4.17 ERA. When Dean Krimmer pitches, the Orioles are 1-2 in his last 3, 1.33 WHIP, 5.71 ERA. Bassett in his last 7 starts, the Blue Jays are 5-2. Against the Orioles, when he throws, they are 3-4, or his teams are 3-4. Now remember, all those coming are 3-1. Sorry, they've won 3 out of 4, but all those starts came when he was with the Oakland Athletics. Last time Bassett faced the Orioles was back on April 24th of 2021. Dean Krimmer's last 7 starts, the Orioles are 5-2 when he throws, 7-3 in his last 10 when he throws. And against the Blue Jays, when Krimmer's went, the Orioles have won 3 out of 4 starts that he's made. His last actually coming this year, May 21st. He went 5 1/3, 9 hits, only allowed 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Baltimore won that game, 8-3. So right here, I mean, I get the love for Bassett. He's been pitching phenomenal. But with Krimmer's history, again, a lot more work I got to get done on this. But, just the naked eye, the lean would be Baltimore as the home dog +115. Rockies 9-1-7 at the Boston Red Sox, 9-1-8, 7:10 Eastern Time. Red Sox -220, +185 on the comeback with the Rockies. Line's too high, nothing that's going to entice me there, so I'm just going to take a pass. Big game, probably the best game of the night, actually. 9-1-5, the Subway Series, Subway Eat Fresh. The Yankees 9-1-5 against the New York Mets 9-1-6. Yankees +130 on the comeback. Scherzer with the Mets -155. Luis Severino will get the call for the Yankees. Your over/under on this one sets at 7.5, juiced -120 to the over. The Yankees come in 38-29. The Mets 31-35. Severino 0-1 with a 5.75 ERA, 1.33 WHIP, 5 innings pitched. Scherzer 5-2 with a 3.71, 1.18, 5.1 innings pitched. The under 4-0 in the Yankees' last 4 overall. The Mets are just 1-8 in their last 9. Losing Alonso in the lineup has really, really hurt them. But the Yankees are 1-5 in the last 6 games against the Mets at the Mets Stadium. Alonso, he's, like I said, he's still out. So that's a huge blow to the Mets. But Bader's also out for the Yankees. Look, there's no way I'm giving the Yankees the R35, even though Scherzer's my boy. You either take the Yankees. You either got to take the Yankees here or you don't bet the game. is the way that's got to go for sure, 100% on that. Look, like thank our sponsors, Believe, Bet Online, Believe Network, and then Bet Online is your number one source for all your championship NBA Finals info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines and latest matchup reports for this year's NBA Stanley Cup Finals. Bet Online is your sports intel headquarters this season, as you have covered for all your insider sports wagering needs, from NBA to hockey to MLB, UFC, and boxing. The fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including the betting options of your favorite casino and card games available to play right from the comfort of your own home. Get into the action today. Head to the website or use your mobile device to join, and be sure to use our promo code BLEAV. That's capital BLEAV to receive 50% bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. Next in the rotation, here we got the computer froze on me here with my notes. The Milwaukee Brewers 919 at the Minnesota Twinkies 920. This 7:40 Eastern time. The Twins minus 115, minus 102 are the Brewers, coming back the other way. Brew Crew 34-32, 16-16, a perfect 500 record on the road. Twins perfect 500 record overall, 33-33, 18-14 at home. Pablo Lopez will get the ball for the Twinkies. He's 3-3 with a 4.25 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. Averaging 6 innings pitched. Corbin Burns will get the call for the Brew Crew. 5-4 with a 3.36, 1.08 WHIP. He was averaging 6 in the third himself. Over-under on this one, 7.5, juiced minus 115 to the over. The under is 4-0-1 in the Brewers' last 5 games during Game 1 of the series. The under 6-0 in the Brewers' last 6 games. The over 5-0 in the Twins' last 5 versus the National League Central. And the Brewers are 4-1 overall in their last 5 meetings with the Twinkies. Brewers come in with the 25th best offense. Twinkies, the 20th best offense, but the Twinkies put up the 3rd best defense overall in Major League Baseball. From pitching to bullpen to defense, the Twinkies have been really stout. The Brewers, no slouch. They come in 12th so far this year. Last 3 outings, the Brewers are 2-1 when Burns pitches. He's averaged 7 innings pitched, 0.71 WHIP, 1.71 ERA. Lopez, when he pitches, the Twinkies are 2-1, 6 flat innings, 1.25 WHIP, 5.40 ERA. Right now, you either take the minus 102, basically even money with Corbin Burns, would be my lean there. Next game on the docket, 9:01, the San Francisco Giants at 9:02, the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals minus 110, Giants minus 110 both ways. 7:45 Eastern time on this one. You're over under 8.5, Judas minus 115 to the over. Giants 34-32. The Cardinals just have been abysmal and such a disappointment. 27-40 are the Cards. Giants 16-15 on the road. 13-19 are the Cardinals at home this year. Alex Cobb, who's pitched really, really well for the Giants, came over from Tampa. 5-2 with a 3.01 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. He's averaging about 5 2/3 innings pitched. Flattery will get the call for the Cardinals. 3-4 with a 4.15 WHIP, 4.15 ERA, 1.50 WHIP, averaging 5 1/3 innings pitched. Giants 4-0 their last 4 games on the road. The under 4-0 in the Giants' last 4 games following a win for them. The over is 4-0 in Flaherty's last 4 home starts. The Giants 4-1 the last 5 meetings. The under has cashed is 4-1 the last 5 meetings. But the Giants are only 4 wins, 11 losses in the last 15 games where they've battled the St. Louis Cardinals. So that's a little concerning. The offense is very similar here. Giants come in 10th in Major League Baseball. St. Louis Cardinals come in with the 11th best offense in Major League Baseball. Defensively, Giants ranking 14th across MLB, and the Cardinals come in 19th. In their last 3 starts, Alex Cobb, when he throws, the Giants 2-1, 5 2/3, 1.50 WHIP. 5.94 ERA. Jack Flaherty, he's been much, much better these last 3 starts. The Cardinals are 2-1 when he's thrown. He's averaged about 6 innings pitched per, 1.25 whip, and a .98 ERA, which is really, really nice. Cobb, his last 10 starts this year when he throws, the Giants are 8-2 against the Cardinals lifetime. 2 wins, 1 losses when Cobb pitches. Back on April 24th this year, the Giants won 4-0. He went 9 innings, 6 hits, 0 earned runs. Jack Flaherty, his last 6 starts, 5 wins, 1 loss for the Cardinals when he pitches. Against the Giants when he pitches, the Cardinals are 2-2. Hasn't pitched against them since 2019, but both of those outings, 0 runs, 1 run. Look, this is a really hard game to handicap. To me, it's a toss-up, hence the -110 both ways. Giants have been the much better team. Cobb's been lights out, but Flaherty is the Cardinals' best pitcher. He's a really good pitcher. He struggled out the gates, but now he seems to be getting his legs under him. Let's see how the line moves, but again, I really think this is a coin flip type game and a really hard one to call. Next on the docket, 9:03, the Pittsburgh Pirates face 9:04, the Chicago Cubbies. 8:05 Eastern time on this one. The Cubs -145, +120 on the comeback with the Pirates. Your over-under sets at 8.5. Juice -115 to the over. Luis Ortiz will get the call for the Pirates. James Talon for the Cubs. Ortiz 1-2 with a 4.23 earned run average, 1.81 whip, averaging 4 2/3 innings pitched. Talion 1-4, 7.02 ERA. I mean, that guy's just fell off since he left the Yankees. He pitched so well with them, and now it's just been a disaster, man. 1.54 whip, averaging 4 1/3 innings pitched. The over 4-0 in the Pirates' last 4 games following a day off, so a day off does the body good for them. They're 7-0 in their last 7 versus the National League Central altogether. Over, of course, 4-0 in Talion's last 4 home starts. The Cubs are 0-4 also in those 4 starts where he pitches. Pirates, though, 1-5 the last 6 meetings. The under has went 5-0-1 the last 6 games in Chicago. Pirates 18-42 the last 60 in Chicago. Pirates bring in your 17th best offense. The Cubos bring in the 22nd. Over their last 3 starts, Luis Ortiz is 2-1, 5 innings pitched, 1.30 whip, 3.68 ERA. Jamison Talion, when he goes, the Cubs are 1-2, 5.17 ERA. Look, again, I mean, if I had to make a play, even though history says the Pirates haven't played well in Chicago, Chicago's got some pieces, but I can't lay that number with Jamison Talion. No way I can lay that number. So for me, this is going to be a no play, but if I had to make the play, I would probably take the dog here just because you're getting the better team with more value. Texas doesn't have a starter listed out there yet. But James Barrera will get the call, the bullpen guy for the Angels. Rangers -130, comeback +110 on the Angels. Got to wait for the pitchers there so I can really break that down. Cincinnati Reds 9-1 against Kansas City Royals 9-2, 8:10 Eastern time. James Lyles, guys 0-9 laying $1.15. No thank you. I'll take Williamson -102 the other way. Again, not a play, but it's either the Reds or nothing. I mean, the Royals had the lead last night, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I was wrong. Nope, Royals showed up just in the nick of time. Next on the docket, the Washington Nationals 9-3 battle the Houston Astros 9-4. This one will go off 8:10 Eastern time. Astros -270, +225 on the comeback for the Washington Nationals. They'll throw the southpaw Patrick Corbin. Houston will throw Hunter Brown. Corbin 4-6, 4.89 ERA, 1.52 whip, average of 5 2/3 innings pitched. Hunter Brown 5-3 with a 3.69 ERA, 1.21 whip, 5 2/3 innings pitched. Nationals come in with a record of 26-38, 14-17 on the road. Houston 37-29, 18-14 at home. The Nationals 0-8 in their last 8 games, with the total set between 7 and 8.5. The Houston Astros, the under is 7-1 in their last 8 Tuesday games, and the under is 4-0 in Brown's last 4 starts versus a team with a losing record. So they've really feasted in that situation. Nationals 13-3 the last 16 meetings in Houston, including all 4 to win the World Series back in 19. Nationals are 19-7 the last 26 meetings against Houston. But with all that being said, I'm not laying 270 and I'm not taking 225 on the comeback either way. So that'd be a pass, but there's your info for you. Tampa Bay and Oakland, I got no line. It looks like a bullpen session for both teams. 9-1 Tampa Bay versus 9-2 Oakland. Jalen Beeks for Tampa Bay and Hogan Harris seems to be the listed matchup for that. But again, no line. That line's off again. Same thing. I mean, how long is this going to keep going with Oakland? Maybe you pass again. If not, it's either raising a parlay or nothing. 9:05, the Philadelphia Phillies. At 9:06, the Arizona D-backs, who are red hot. One of the best teams in baseball. 9:40 Eastern time here. Zach Wheeler will get the call for the Phillies, laying $1.35. Home dog to the Diamondbacks, plus 115 on the comeback. You're over under 9 at even money on this one. For the Phillies, 32-34. Arizona 41-25. Wheeler 4-4 with a 3.91 ERA, averaging 6 innings pitched. Zach Davies, that he continues to try to battle back through this DL stint he had, 1-1 with a 4.68 ERA. Again, Arizona had to come from behind win last night, 9-8. At least the Phillies are putting up runs now with that offense, but they're 3-13 the last 16 in Arizona. In their last 3 starts, when Wheeler goes, the Phillies are 2-1, 0.79 whip, 3.32 ERA. When Zach Davies goes, the D-backs, same, 2-1, but he's averaging 5 1/3, 1.34 whip, 4.02 ERA on that one. Wheeler against the Diamondbacks has lost 2 of the last 3 starts, but won the 3 previous. Earlier this year, they lost to the D-backs back on May 22nd. He went 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 strikeouts. But with all that being said, I still like Wheeler laying $1.35. Call me crazy, but my lean would be to the Phillies here. Now, that could change. I could definitely lean Diamondbacks, but that's just where it sets right at this second. 9:25, the Miami Marlins. At 9:26, the Seattle Mariners. 9:40 Eastern time on this one. Seattle will throw George Kirby. Edward Cabrera will get the call for the Marlins. Mariners minus 155, plus 135, plus 130 on the comeback, rather, for the Marlins. Your over-under set 7.5, juiced minus 120 to the over. Again, here you either wheel back with the Mariners or you don't play the game. Mariners Braves parlay could be something here that looks good since that line's ticked up a little bit. 9:27, the Cleveland Guardians. At 9:28, the San Diego Padres. 9:40 Eastern time on that. Joe Musgrove will get the call for the Padres. Tanner Bibby, who's been pretty good for the Guardians, minus 165 for the Padres, plus 140 on the comeback for the Cleveland Guardians here. Guardians 31-34. Padres, splitting image of them, same record. Bibby 2-1 with a 3.05 ERA, 1.13 whip, averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched. Joe Musgrove 3-2 with a 4.35 ERA, 1.33 whip, averaging 5 1/3 innings pitched. Your over/under is setting at 7.5, juice minus 115 to the over. Over 4-0 in the Guardians' last 4 games following a win, but they're 0-4 in their last 4 interleague games versus a right-handed starter. The San Diego Padres under is 6-0 in the Padres' last 6 home games versus a team with a losing record. Guardians 4-1 the last 4 meetings, 4-1 the last 5 in San Diego. When these two teams hook up over their last 3, Bibby, when he throws, the Guardians are 1-2, 5 1/3 inning pitch, 1 flat whip, 2.81 ERA. Musgrove, he's starting to finally hit his stride. He really struggled out the gates himself, but he's 2-0. 2-1 are the Padres when he pitches. 0.98 whip, 1.04 ERA. I hate to lay the 165 with the Padres because the biggest thing with the Padres is they got the 23rd best offense, but the only thing with the Guardians, 28th. I mean, I've said this all year. Guardians struggle to score, but they have played a little better as of late. This is a really high line. This is going to be a stay away. I could make an argument for both sides. I just don't see an edge. If I absolutely had to bet it, Musgrove's been on fire. I'd lean with him, but I just can't bring myself to lay $1.65 with the San Diego Padres. I just can't do it. 9-2-9, the Chicago White Sox versus 9-3-0, the LA Dodgers. Lance Lynn will get the call for the White Sox. Tony Gonsolin will get the call for the Dodgers. Dodgers minus 215, plus 185 on the comeback for the Chicago White Sox. Lynn 4-6 with a 6.72. Gonsolin 3-1 with a 2.21. This one's going to be a no play for me. Again, Dodgers red hot, White Sox up and down. I mean, they really left a bad taste in my mouth blowing that game to the Marlins Sunday, where we should have had that winner. Excuse me. So leans, Seattle Mariners, definitely a lean. Phillies are a lean. Reds are a lean. Let's see. The Milwaukee Brewers are a lean. I think the Giants Cardinals is a coin flip. I think the Pirates Cubbies is a coin flip. Orioles is a lean. And the New York Yankees are a lean. That's your Tuesday card. We will be back on Wednesday again. Like to thank Bet Online. They're your number one choice for all your championship info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines and the latest matchup reports for this year's NBA and Stanley Cup Finals. Bet Online is your sports intel headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your inside sports wagering needs, from basketball, hockey to MLB, UFC, and boxing. The fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your home. Get into the action today. Head to the website or use your mobile device to join, and be sure to use our promo code BLEAV. That's capital BLEAV to receive your 50% bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. We'd like to thank you, Bet Online, for your sponsorship. Thank you to the Believe Network. Tonight, Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Again, if it were me, I would bet Vegas on the money line to close this out. I think the same thing with Denver. Tight game, but I think Vegas gets them. But I will be rooting for the Florida Panthers to come through and cash that ticket for us. Got a big bet there, but either way, we've offloaded the liability. So let's hope the Panthers get across the finish line. Plays will be out between 3 and 5 Eastern time. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at BCCS Sports. If you're on YouTube, click the like, subscribe to us. We do this show every day, and then we have our big show, Bustin' Chops, Calling Shots. That drops on Thursdays for you. And also, if you're interested in the package, football season's coming up. I'm actually going to put some together since it's been a struggle this year for baseball. You're going to get from football September 1st, okay? You're going to get from football all the way to next football season, a full year for a special deal. Email me, john@bccsports.com. That's john@bccsports.com. Love you, my winners. Have a grateful, blessed Tuesday, and I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Thanks.